Our next guest, he has a way with words. At 14 years old, he's a published author and a champion speller.
Yeah, Tharein Potuhera is an 8th grader at St. Wenceslas School. He won the Midwest Spelling Bee in March, earning a spot in the Scripps National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, that competition starts on May 25th, so he's studying furiously right now. Tharein, nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping by.
Nice to meet you.
Here.
You know, I'm an accomplished speller myself. Third grade at Harrison Elementary School. I took the 3rd grade class championship.
Nice.
But that's how you started, right? Young, you were winning some of those classroom level contests, right?
Right.
And
So, yeah, whatever. But okay, how about the words? What words did you win on to advance to this level?
To this level, my final actual round of the spelling bee was perquisite, and the championship word was murmuration.
When you get those words, do you know right away that you know how to spell them, or does it take some sorting out in your mind?
Those words, it's easy to spell because they have a definite structure, and you can work out how to spell them.
So how do you prepare for the big national spelling bee? How, do you go over words? Do you go through the dictionary?
I do go through the dictionary. Every day I start studying either on a school day after my homework is done, or on the weekend right in the as soon as I wake up, and then I go until like 12 midnight, which is usually when we stop.
So your homework
my
still
gosh.
takes precedent over the spelling bee, right?
Right.
Till midnight you study.
Yes.
How do you study the dictionary compared to studying a subject in school?
A subject in school, you really have someone talking to you, and you have homework, and you have that kind of stuff. Reading the dictionary is different because you're kind of regulating yourself, and you need to know that you're taking it in.
Do you target your weakness the way an athlete would, for example, where they know a golfer, I don't putt that well, I'm going to spend more time on the green? Is there an area in this world where you feel like you could sharpen things up, and do you focus on that more? Like
I'm
words
not
of
sure I understand
certain,
the question.
like
Yeah.
certain
Well,
derivatives or whatever, like languages where you're asking
Right.
for origins.
Right. I think I have a problem with French, and but French even has rules. It's the words that really don't follow any rules at all, like some Native American words, some irregular Latin words, a lot of French words. Those are
They're just straight memorization then, right?
they are just straight memorization.
So how do you go through the dictionary to try to figure out which words you think that they'll draw on at the spelling bees? You know what I mean? Because how many words are in the English language? I mean, in a dictionary, how many words are in there? How many words are in there?
I believe there's about 470,000.
Yeah. So how do you find the words that you think they're going to use?
Well, I just read through all the words, and then we write down the ones which I might have trouble with.
Your mom has called you a walking dictionary. At what age was it clear you had a knack for this stuff?
I think that I had a knack for this as soon as I was in school, and they started having like school-wide competitions.
I remember in 3rd grade when I was on track to win my 3rd grade class spelling bee, but we had some practice rounds, and I misspelled the word Olympics because I didn't put an S on the end. I had spelled the word correctly. But have you ever made one of those errors like that seems so easy and trivial that you just made just a bad mistake, or do you nail these words every time?
I think that last year, two words. One, I was able to spell like really hard words, but the word sorcerer really stumped me because there's either an ER or an OR.
Yeah.
And like it could be
So
either.
so is it O and then E and then O? Have you learned it? It's sorcerer, right?
Yeah, I
that
think it's an E at the end, but my
Oh, it is an
friend-
E?
I think so, but my friends spell it different ways. I think that it's an ER.
How do you prepare for the attention? Because this event, you know, it's huge. It's on ESPN, the
Right.
stage, the lights. How do you get ready for that? I mean, you know how to study the words, but what about all of those intangibles?
You can get really frazzled by the fact that you're on national TV. If you do something wrong,
But if you do something
Everyone sees it.
right,
Then
right,
then
the
everyone sees it.
trophy and the
Listen,
celebration.
right. Real quick though, KMTV is owned by the E.W. Scripps Company, which is also behind the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
Right.
Preliminaries are on May 25th. The finals are on May 26th. You
Wow.
can see them on ESPN. You're not going to go too far, right? Because we're going to do some spelling here. We're going to
Yes.
put your mind to work
All right.
with some other brilliant minds in this building.
All right.
That's not true. So hold on.
Don't go too far.
Friday, comedian Greg